Also really hungry this morning by talking about fish and chips.
Yeah.
Apparently the dish is disappearing from menus in pubs and hotels.
Yeah, Jan in Yarn says, when I was a child, fish and chips once a week was a cheap option and gave my mum a night away from the stove. They're so expensive now that not many family budgets can stretch that far, so pizzas are the option that most people choose. As for restaurants, not many offer fish and chips now, just pubs, and they're never as good as those from a good fish shop.
Well, it is disappearing from menus. 5 years ago, fish and chips was the third most popular dish on a menu. But now, according to new research, it's dropped right down to 8th. And apparently it's because we're ordering salad. So what's going on? Let's talk to the Regional Director for the National Federation of Fish Friers and Fish Bar owner, Craig Buckley. Morning, Craig.
Good morning.
Do you believe people are buying salad instead, then?
I'm not sure quite what's going on in pubs and restaurants, but certainly in fish and chip shops and good fish and chip shops, fish and chips is as popular as ever.
So is it because the pubs and restaurants don't necessarily know what they're doing, so the quality isn't as good?
Without sounding very, well, obviously I am very biased, but yeah, no, I mean, I think that is a big factor. I think the atmosphere created in a fish and chip shop, obviously the quality of the fish and chips, pubs and restaurants tend to fry in little basket fryers, whereas because fish and chip shops have got the correct equipment to cook fish and chips, the technique used will give a different result and invariably a better result, as well as all things like sustainably caught fish, properly handmade, prepped potatoes and chips. All these elements give a better product, basically.
Which potato makes the best chips then, Craig?
At the moment, there's some very good Griers, Fontaines, but the usual classics are still around, just not as readily available like Maris Piper. So yeah, we use a variety of different potatoes throughout the year, depending on the size, the season, sugar content, dry matter content, and all give different results. But ultimately, it's that taste we want, and that's what the customers demand and want.
Yeah. Do you think people are switching though to healthier alternatives? I mean, people think that fish and chips are not good for you.
Yeah, I mean, this is a much sort of past prejudice, really, of fish and chip shops. Now, good fish and chip shops with well-managed oil, using the highest quality raw materials, will give the best results versus any other takeaway, better than our big chains, better than Indians, Chinese, is because of the high temperatures we cook at and the well-managed oil means that not much of the oil actually absorbs in, and ultimately fish and chips are just organic materials. We've not added any food processing sort of ingredients to fish and chips. It's potatoes from the ground, it's fish from the sea, it's flour, milled, and then obviously water, and we cook the product, so it's still natural. So that's why they are so good for you.
But oil is not good for you, is it?
Oil isn't, but again, which fish and chip shops do and should do, is manage their oils correctly, using the refining techniques now that the oil processors actually use. The products, like I say, the oil is now healthier than ever, and there are some really super healthy options, such as rapeseed oil, that a lot of shops are now switching to. But yeah, I mean, I think the statistics are around 900 calories for a portion of fish, chips and peas, depending on portion size and stuff like that. But that is a good few hundred calories less than most other takeaway options. So yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, and maybe fish is getting a bit expensive now for most people.
Again, it depends. Ultimately you do get what you pay for it, and I believe in life that's the case. And yes, fish and chips have grown in price, but unfortunately, so has the obstacles a fish and chip shop has, i.e. energy prices, gas, electric, living wage for staff, the costs of buildings and either renting or freehold. So all of our costs have gone up, and obviously therefore that has to get passed on to the customer. But ultimately, if it's well cooked, it should be well worth it.
Is it still a profitable, booming business then?
Again, it can be. If you're in the right location, and it depends on your business. And I think that certainly the elite shops and the best shops in the country are all performing fantastically, because they're making their business so much more professional. There's a lot more emphasis on customer services, the way the way we package up our product now, and ultimately the finished overall experience to a customer is so much higher that the best shops are performing, fantastically, and will continue to do so.
I notice as well, the Federation of Fish Friers talks about theatre, the use of theatre in shops.
Yeah.
This is people then actually liking to see the product being cooked in front of them.
Exactly, yeah. More and more shops are becoming open, and actually in my shop itself, we actually created a unique glass prep room so that when you're at the counter ordering, you can see your potatoes being peeled and chipped behind in a glass room. So that's, again, passing back that openness, the cleanliness to customers, and obviously showing the experience that we've not opened a pack of frozen chips or like some would assume we would do. We've actually got raw whole potatoes, peeled them ourselves, looked after them along the way, and we're cooking them for you to enjoy.
Well, Craig, must be opening time soon, so I'll let you get on. Thank you very much indeed.
No, thank you.
Craig Buckley, Regional Director for the National Federation of Fish Friers and a fish bar owner himself. Proper starving now.